Hi, good morning, Paul Slatkus. Paul's the Will for Peace Good News broadcast. We're going to learn this morning about some of the latest energy conservation techniques from the Army Reserve. And we have Colonel Martin Naranjo, who's the director of the Army Reserve Installation Management Office and Chief Army Reserve. Good morning. How are you today?
Hey, I'm doing great.
Good. So energy has become a very major subject in this world on how it's produced, how it's not produced, and so on and so forth. So tell us what are some of the conservation techniques that are so important for us to know about.
Yeah, I mean, really, I just want to say that energy security is really national security, and power is critical in our everyday lives. And so, whenever we look at our operations, we need to make sure that power is available to us. For us on the installation management side, we have over 800 sites and over 3,000 facilities. So when you look at the scale of what we have in the Army Reserve, energy conservation and the energy usage is very important to us. I was mentioning earlier on some other interviews how we, on a daily basis, we just pay our energy bills just like anyone else, and so we have a huge interest in energy saving. So some of the things we could do is just pick energy-efficient appliances as necessary, use LED light bulbs, make sure that your systems are operating properly. Those are all little things you could do to save energy.
Okay. Gee, that's interesting. Who does the Army pay?
We pay a lot. It's in our total budget. I don't have the hard numbers right now, but one of our challenges, Army Reserve, is with our 800 sites we have. We're paying energy bills to local providers at 800 different locations throughout the nation, in all our cities and all our communities that we're in. And we get our power just like any other person in our community off of one of those power systems and off of those grids. So again, that's why this is important to us, because if we're able to reduce the burden off of some of those grids and be able to reduce our energy usage, it helps the community as a whole.
We just did I do the International Day of Peace concerts for 21 years. And this last one we did on September 21st is the International Day of Peace, as declared at the United Nations. We did it with solar and batteries in Times Square, a 6-hour live worldwide broadcast. So we made a decision to go solar-wise. Is solar a conversation in the Army Reserve?
Oh, absolutely. We're always looking at sites where solar works best for us. Obviously there's lots of little things that help lead to that decision, whether it be what the conditions are with that area, how much sun they get. And there are many sites that we've actually done some solar projects to offset our energy usage. One thing we talk about in Energy Action Month is resiliency and the ability to, when the grid goes down, be able to continue to operate. So we've tied into some of our solar systems microgrids, and that enables us to use that power even when the grid goes down. And battery backup's another one. Energy storage is something that new technology we're looking at. So those are all the types of technologies that we're utilizing in the Army Reserve, and definitely solar is a part of it, and looking for those opportunities where we could best use it.
Redundancy, even in the TV business, you have two machines recording, not just one, maybe three, and so on and so forth. Redundancy is a big word. So every aspect, would you say, you evaluate whether it's making sense or not, or whether you need to, shore it up more so?
No, absolutely, and I think the term we might use that kind of it equates with that redundancy you speak of there is our resiliency. And sometimes one of the tools we're using are microgrids on some of our sites. We're doing some microgrids in some of our installations in Puerto Rico and Fort McCoy. We've done them in California. And what a microgrid does is it enables you to add different power supplies into your network, and sometimes even island that your power grid, your microgrid, from the rest of the outside power. So if the power goes down outside an installation, if we have a microgrid, you could use backup generators to add to your redundancy. You could use your PV power, the solar power, to contribute to that resiliency. And all of it is just looking at different power sources to power our critical missions in the Army Reserve.
Now, a place like I happen to know a little bit about Puerto Rico because we did a major project with Puerto Rico and actually the bombing in Oklahoma City many years ago. And Puerto Rico is a warm place, so a lot of sun going on down there, right?
Yeah.
So, are you able to, in certain locations, in the South, take advantage of the mother sun, let's call it?
Oh, absolutely. And there are, as I mentioned, there are some locations that provide better opportunities for solar energy than others. And sometimes for us, it's a measurement of how much land space we have, where we're going to place the solar panels at, whether we could add, in some places we've built carports where we have vehicles park under them. And so it adds shades for your vehicle at the same time. You have the solar panels on top producing power. But yeah, and I think one thing I have to say about Puerto Rico that's important to us too, and is that they have a lot of extreme weather events there, right? So it's sunny a lot,
true.
but there's also some extreme weather events there. So that redundancy, that different looking for resiliency is very important to us because our sites there play a very important mission to response there often.
So what are some of the other ways that you suggest that I guess us homebound people should consider?
Yeah, things that we do at scale, people can do within their homes. Oftentimes, we are going to monitor the temperature of our buildings, and when it isn't occupied much, we'll set it back. That's something that people could do with a simple smart thermostat. Installing those, 30 to 40% of home energy use is spent on heating and cooling. So if you're able to set back your thermostat during those times in the wintertime, when you're not in your home as much, or turn it up a little bit in the summertime when you're using your HVAC system, you're going to get some energy savings there. Things just like maintenance for us. We try to have very diligent maintenance programs to make sure our systems are operating properly. So if you're able to change your dirty air filters, it's going to make your system operate more efficiently. It's going to save you money. And the big thing we do is, and this is simple, that a lot of folks can do, is we have big projects where we take out all the old fluorescent lights out of our buildings and we put in LED lights. That equates to huge energy savings for us. And in a home, if you change out 5 of your home's light bulbs with energy-efficient bulbs, that could save someone up to $75 a year just based on, depending on the usage that you had on that particular bulb. So those are some of the things that people could do that we do at scale in our reserve that could help save energy. And it will reduce the burden on our grid and our communities, just like we're trying to do, to make sure our facilities are available for their mission.
Well, yeah, this is so true. That I think it's always important. We do Earth Day concert also in Times Square. I've been involved with a lot of environmental programs with water and United Nations International Day of Water. I mean, the less is more. Right? And smart is best. What do you think?
In the end, and we see the benefits because it's cost savings, and I've said it before, we pay our energy bills just like anyone in their home, and we want to reduce that burden and be good stewards of taxpayers' dollars and make sure that we have the most energy efficient systems we can. There's also the benefits outside because it supports our mission, and then it benefits the community, the grid, and ultimately climate.
By far, the climate. The energy is unfortunately, is pollution, right? I mean, it's kind of almost impossible to get full energy without almost any pollution, unless I guess you use solar, right? So, I mean, it needs to be considered. And I think there's definitely your carbon footprint has become much more relevant, I think. But I think our younger generation is learning a lot about it. Is this so?
Absolutely. I think these technologies are becoming more mainstream, and the benefits, there are some benefits to climate, but there's also just other benefits to just how we operate too, and intermission, resiliency, all those different things come from these small steps you could take.
Well, congratulations. Anything else you'd like to share with us to let us know how well you guys are doing and how appreciative, guys and girls?
Thanks for the time today, and just if everyone wants any more information about the Army Reserve or some of our Energy Action Month, and they could go to our website, usar.army.mil. We do have a banner up with that could take you to some Energy Action Month information, gives you some tips, and if someone would like more information on the Army Reserve and how we operate, they could find lots of information there.
Great, Colonel. Thank you so much for the service that you do for us. Thank you.
Thanks for the time today.
Okay, bye-bye.